right, ladies and gents, we're here in Davao City. Mike, you've flown down to the Philippines.
I have.
It's our first lunch together for the vlog. We're here at Yellowfin. This is a city classic, right? Like, so my city is known for seafood for the most part, I guess.
Right.
We're right by the sea, somewhat close to it. We're close to a lot of fisheries, and we love our tuna here. The focus of this restaurant's really a lot of tuna parts.
Okay.
Some parts that I'm not sure you've ever had.
I'm sure I haven't, Jonathan, but I am very hungry. It is currently 1 p.m. I have not had breakfast. I am starving, so I'll eat anything, John.
Yeah, we've got a lot lined up for us. I think it's best to start with this. This is kinilaw, right? This is a diced up tuna served with vinegar and some calamansi squeeze, some radish. It's been compared to like ceviche.
Okay.
It's great. I like it. It's refreshing. It's a bit tangy.
I've never had ceviche, ever.
Never.
Never.
I haven't either. I've only had this.
Right.
Just kinilaw.
Excellent.
It's a classic. It's not necessarily just here in Davao. It's all over the place as well. But again, the focus here is a lot of different tuna.
Okay.
This is one of the more popular ways of preparing it.
I'm a big fan of tuna.
There's a misconception about this one as well. I think a lot of Filipinos, for some reason, think this came from Japanese influence, or like sashimi.
I would have assumed.
It's completely removed from that. It predates Japanese colonialism. It predates the Spanish colonialism. It's native.
And this is locally caught.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. You use a fork for this, or you meant to spoon it up, or?
It's the Philippines. You're free to do what you want.
Oh, it's very tender.
What's the flavor like?
I can taste the vinegar. It's tangy. The tuna melts in your mouth. It's it's quite delicious. Nice and fatty. You can taste the ginger as well. It's very pleasant to eat. I don't usually like raw fish very much, I'll be honest. But this is very nice. It melts in your mouth. There's no texture issue as well. You know how I am. I'm very picky with texture, John. It feels like butter when you put it in your mouth. It's very, very nice.
I like the green mango in this one. It adds a nice contrast to like the vinegar sourness. The green mango brings a little bit of sweetness out. I mean, technically, it's not really raw. You know, it's cooked with the vinegar. The vinegar does chemically cook it. So that's
very, very nice.
First. Let's sample through everything.
It's a good start, Jonathan. You've started very well.
This one's gonna be an interesting one. The tuna laing, right? So this is tuna wrapped up in leaf, cooked up in the leaf, and it's very interesting because you've mentioned this kind of dish to me before.
Yeah, so my wife's half Samoan, right? So it's very similar to what they do. They do cook fish in banana leaves or taro leaves in coconut cream. So this is very, very similar. I'll be honest, not the big fan of the Samoan version, but I will be the judge of the Filipino version.
Right.
I might start a bit of an island war here at this this review. We'll see.
Give it a try.
Oh, look at that. Flavor. Something I can't say the Samoans discovered in their dish. Can you tell I'm about to get beat up when I go home?
It is nice. It is nice. I'd love to try the Samoan. I would.
This is very nice. What kind of fish is this? Is this still tuna?
It's still tuna.
It's still tuna.
Yeah, it's pretty much all tuna here outside of the stuff that isn't tuna.
Right.
We've got a whole bunch more tuna food.
This is very nice. It's well seasoned too, right? They didn't just shove the tuna in there and just hope for the best. Or is that the leaf taste? I'm not sure.
No, that's definitely seasoned. Probably a mix of MSG, a little MSG. You know,
God, I love MSG.
A touch of flavor.
I love MSG.
Salt.
It's very meaty too. They didn't cheap out.
No.
You know what I mean? They really did not cheap out on the tuna. I like that. In Australia, you know, it would have been just 90% leaf.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Australia.
For triple the price.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me still. Maybe someday when I get down there.
Yeah.
We've got some crispy crablets. This isn't too exciting, but eat the crab ball. I'm pretty sure you've had these,
You
right?
dropped the crab. Don't even pretend you didn't drop a crab leg.
It's just a crab leg tossed back in.
This comes with sauce as well, I believe, right?
Yeah, with a little vinegar.
You see, this is what I appreciate about the Filipinos.
Yeah.
Everything's vinegar based. And I really, really like that. Like a snack, like a chip. There's no real other way to describe it, is there? It's like, it's a seafood snack, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even taste that strong in seafood, I feel like. It's just very crunchy.
It kind of tastes like shrimp to me, you know, like a tiny shrimp that's deep fried, except it's a crablet.
Like, you could sit here, you could turn on a movie, and you could eat this all night. That's what I feel like. It's very, very enjoyable.
The vinegar is a great contrast as well.
I'm not sure if the mics are picking up the crunch, but it is very, very, very crunchy.
This is where it starts to get a little bit different, right? So
Okay.
I want us to try this one first. This is called the pagaybay.
Okay.
It's the tuna male's testicles. Or
Testicles?
Eggs, male eggs is what they call in proper English, apparently.
Why you do this to me, John?
For one, I do actually enjoy these.
You enjoy the
entrails.
testicles, do you?
No, I mean, yes, but you know, it's like I do enjoy these different tuna parts. I've had them before. They're pretty
Okay,
good. And
very good.
It's part of Filipino culture as well. You don't waste.
Of
So now
course.
you're processing the tuna, you take out the jaw, you take out the belly. All the insides are still, you know, some of them are still good to eat. Why wasting it?
I do appreciate that about the culture. You guys really do not waste anything.
No.
Which is it definitely appreciate. So this is the testicle. And you like this. Oh, it's almost creamy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually pretty creamy.
It doesn't taste bad.
I was expecting more like a liver taste. It should be like chicken liver. It's a very mild taste.
I probably used the wrong words here. Creamy is the texture.
It doesn't have like a strong livery taste, like a.
It's very
Inner
subtle.
taste.
I feel
Yeah.
like the flavor is very subtle.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. I can't say I would reorder it personally, but I wouldn't knock it back either. If you put it in front of me, I'd probably still try it from a different place. I mean, just for the sake of understanding how the flavors
Okay,
differ.
how about if you try it in conjunction with a little bit of this?
Give me that. Yeah. Well, what is that?
This is called a chara. It's basically a Filipino pickle.
Oh,
So
I do like pickles.
that's how we tend to eat stuff together. Try it. How is
Mm.
it?
Okay, that's what you've got to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you chara?
That's the combination. It works all right.
What
I like it.
changes?
A bit more tartness to it. It's still subtle. It adds a bit of tartness, you know, a bit of acidity. I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is really plain by itself. But again, it's not what you'd expect with like an innard.
It's a very nice pickle. That is a very nice pickle. I do like that.
This next one we have as well. This is the tuna's esophagus.
The esophagus.
Yeah, the esophagus.
Well, look at
So-
that. It looks very fatty. You can see the texture even. It does look fatty as hell. Like it does not look meaty at all.
There's some sauce as well. Try dipping it in.
So what kind of sauce are we talking
It's just
here?
soy sauce. I'm not sure if it's mixed with vinegar, but sometimes it is. Try it.
It has the texture of calamari. It feels like a squid in my mouth right here. Taste-wise, again, very subtle.
It is very
It's
subtle.
fatty. The more you chew it, the more it starts to taste a bit like seafood, I want to say. Like
Yeah.
you start to taste the sea quite a bit. I do like it. It's not bad, is my point. Like if you don't need to waste food, right? It's very edible. It does taste nice. It's subtle. With the sauce, the sauce elevates the flavor, I want to say.
Yeah, it's rather plain without sauce. I think. It doesn't really have a strong fish taste.
The one thing that really does stand out to me though is the texture. Does feel like a squid.
Almost has that bounce, but it doesn't really bounce too
It's
hard.
not as springy.
No,
You
it's not
can
as
chew through it very easily.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. I like it.
But this is kind of the thing as well where you could get the pickles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of elevates the.
Yeah, the combination. Good.
That's the one.
These next two ones are maybe a little bit more plain. We've got the tuna belly over here.
Okay.
So, you know, it's the fatty part of the tuna. It tastes good. It's not that weird.
Doesn't look weird. It looks very meaty.
It's
I
your
like it.
it's your average tuna cut that you find in most places.
Yeah,
You get a little sauce on it, soy sauce.
it's very nice.
This one should be fishier.
That is very nice. It's definitely fishier. What kind of sauce have we got here, John?
It's the same soy sauce kind of mix. It looks like it's mixed with a little vinegar.
Okay.
Try.
Very nice on its own as it is. Sauce elevates it like we talked about. A bit of acidity, a bit of soy sauce, a bit of saltiness, a bit of chili I think in there as well. Another dish that would probably work very well with the pickles. But this is you can tell it's a tuna, but it tastes very good.
And it's definitely the fishiest one. Probably because that's the most familiar fish taste most people have. Belly's nice, not too hard, not too bouncy. Cooked just right.
It's personally, I've done a lot of fishing, and I can tell this is a good quality fish, is what I'm trying to say. I've done a lot of fishing back in my day, and this is a very nice quality fish. Very, very tasty.
Yeah. The last thing we have is the tuna tail,
Okay.
tuna butt.
The tuna butt. You've got away with words, Jonathan. The outer layer is like quite crispy. The skin's quite, is that the skin, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite hard. So I can already tell the texture's gonna be very interesting on this.
does look interesting.
But it looks good from what I can see. Immediately, it's very crispy. Then it starts to melt. The meat is, again, very buttery, very nice. I'm not sure what sauce they've used, but I appreciate it. It's a soy sauce-based sauce. Again, I kind of like it.
I really like it. I like the outside kind of melting into that harder meat in the center. It's not hard meat, but it's firmer. The outside is really almost gelatinous-like.
Yeah.
Very fatty, very rich. It might be a little bit too rich, I think, to eat a lot of.
I appreciate it.
Fortunately, there's a big bone in the center.
Yeah.
It is good. It is
Yeah.
good. Probably my favorite one, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I think I would rate the tuna tail, the tuna butt the most.
Now, me personally, I'm kind of between the crablets, the ceviche. I'm not gonna say ceviche. It's what's the name again?
Kinilaw.
Kinilaw, and the tuna belly. To me, these three dishes, and even this What was this called?
The laing.
What was it?
Laing.
Laing. All right.
Laing, yeah.
All the food's fantastic. I really do appreciate it. How much did this cost?
I wasn't tracking prices, but
Okay.
I would say 3,000, 4,000 pesos.
3,000.
This is a lot of food.
That's very cheap
Mine.
for seafood. From where I come from.
Somewhat expensive for me, but again, considering the amount, it's pretty
For where I come from, John, believe me, this is cheap. You have no idea.
I still don't believe Australia's a real place.
Well, this is fantastic. I do. This is really delicious.
There's one thing we forgot to try, the Lumpia. It's not as exciting, it's not the tuna part, but it's some spring rolls over here. We've got up front. And
Got all
these
these
things
crablets.
are good. Lumpia uba tends to be bigger, it's filled with a little bit more veg. Dip it in a little bit of vinegar.
You get a vinegar.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Okay. That's a good lumpia. Not too many different kinds of veg, but well fried. Not too thick on the wrapper. The sauce is nice.
It's the sauce that gets me, dude. I love the sauce. It's really damn good.
It is nice. It is nice. How do you feel about all of this food for your first vlog in Davao?
I actually don't appreciate seafood very much, but this is really good. This is. I think if I was to choose a favorite, I think the crablets actually got me.
Yeah.
I think the crablets have got me.
Yeah.
I don't usually eat this stuff. You can ask my
Really?
wife. I'm very picky with what I eat, but this is actually very, very nice. I like it, Jonathan.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like it. We have a lot to eat. I guess we'll dig in.